Hello YouTube, Mindbender here, and as foreshadowed in my previous video, I have brought you Minicons. As you can see, we got 6 Minicons here, divided up into 2 individual teams. We have the Minicon Combat Squadron and the Minicon Construction Crew. So since these guys are kind of my favorite, we'll save them for last. Just move them off to the side here, and alright. So here we got the Minicon Construction Crew. We've got Scrap Heap, Beatdown, and Junkyard. Alright, so we'll start with Junkyard because he's probably, I guess, my least favorite. But he turns into an excavator, as you can see. Get these two out of the way. As you can see, he turns into an excavator here. He's got the shovel. Shovel does move, like so. And he's got his treads don't rotate. The treads don't move, obviously. And then the transform Junkyard here. Flip this up, turn him around, bring his legs down, flip up his head like so, bend his arms a little bit on each side, and then just bring the shovel so it sits over his head, kinda. Just like that. And you can position it however you want. So a real simple transformation. And that's Junkyard. For articulation, you can see he's got standard minifigure legs, go back and forth, arms rotate, and kind of, I guess, bend at the elbow if you consider that a joint. Although with these ones where it's a super tight joint, they kind of tend to come out. So yeah, Junkyard. Up next, we'll do Scrap Heap, and he turns into a crane. Now I really like him, even though he's a similar design to Junkyard, but for some reason I just like him better. And there's a closer look at him. Now to transform him, rotate this up, bring the feet down, just like so. And you kind of actually have to angle them back a little bit to get them to stand because they're rather back heavy. And it just looks better proportionally. So you bend the arms on both sides. Oops. Once again, these tight joints sometimes tend to cause things to pull out, so there we go. Bend the arms, bring them down, flip up the head, and in this guy's case, the crane actually straighten that bit, fold it back, and move it on that joint, and it forms like a over-the-head shoulder cannon sort of deal. Just like so. So there's Junkyard. Set him off to the side back here. And his cannon makes him a little hard to stand sometimes. There we go. There's Scrap Heap. Now for their leader, Beatdown, and he's my favorite of the three. Obviously you can see he turns into a bulldozer. Very nice little bulldozer. And to transform him, you flip the cockpit up, fold out the legs. They all have these standard minifigure legs, and because of that, rather similar transformations. Bend the elbows next. He's got rather short arms compared to his crew members. Flip out his head. They all got really tiny heads. Fold up the cab on his back. And there you go. This shovel just kind of stays up on his back like so. So there's the construction crew. And together, in robot mode, they look pretty good. Once again, Junkyard, not the greatest. But the other two, solid builds. If you want instructions, I'll do them, because I highly recommend building these guys. They're really fun just to mess around with. Alright, get them out of the way. And bring in their counterparts, the Minicon Combat Squadron. The Combat Squadron consists of Longshot, Rumbler, and Airmaster. Now we'll start with Longshot first. And he turns into, get them out of the way, he turns into an artillery gun, as you can see. Kind of reminds me of Galvatron, actually, just because it's not like supposed to be a Cybertronian one, but still. And to transform him, you flip up the gun, rotate it back, take these arms, or not arms, but whatever was supporting him, and fold those in. Bring down his feet, and you'll notice I actually put these, if I can get one to touch, these single studs into his feet, just because they give him, because he's a rather large upper body, so it just kind of fills him out, makes him look less awkward proportionally. Then you fold around the arm, and that's actually really loose. Excuse me. And due to the fact that I have pieces laying everywhere, not hard to replace that. So there we go. Rotate the arm around on the other side, flip out the hand. He's the only one that has actual hands. But what are you going to do? They're minicons. Or, yeah. Flip up his head. There you go. Bring down the gun. And there you have Longshot. Now he is the biggest of the combat squadron, but I don't know if I'd call him the leader because he doesn't go anywhere. Unless he's walking. Up next we'll bring in Rumbler. Rumbler is a tank. Nothing special, just a tank. That's what tanks do. So to transform him, flip down the legs, bring the turret up. He's like a simple version of him, basically. Then the elbows. And you guys can see how well I prepared for this video. He doesn't have a head. But like I said, I got stuff laying everywhere, so we'll replace his head with an actual head. These are the pieces I use for the heads. Just clip that in there, and there we go. Rumbler has a head, and he's very happy. So we stand him up, put him next to Longshot, and last but not least, Airmaster. And I think of this guy as the leader because, well, you can imagine him flying around, giving air support, giving moral support if called for. Whatever. Now to transform him, fold down these parts, flip out his legs, flip up his head, like so. Rotate his guns, bring him down. He's the only one who holds guns. You can see he's got them in his hands, so I guess technically you could say he has hands. Take the tailpiece, flip it in like that. It kind of clip it into where these two studs are. Just kind of rest it right in there. And then you take the blade. The blade does not spin, unfortunately, but again, they're minicons. I did what I could. And there you have Airmaster. Put him with his brothers. So there you go. The Minicon combat team. Airmaster, Rumbler, Longshot. And, I mean, they're great little micro builds. Of course, I'm going to say that I built them, but I still think they're really fun to mess around with. I mean, this guy, one of my favorites. One of my favorite things I've ever built. You know, I mean, he just looks military. This guy, I actually love to troop build this guy. He's simple to make. It's fun to make like dozens of him. Not that I've made dozens, but it's fun to make more than one of him and have like a little army. And this guy, I'll actually show off in my next review, is actually more. He actually has another Minicon team because I haven't been able to buy parts to build a new one of him. I need a fourth one. But I've actually built what I call Autobot Seekers, where it's just 3 of him in 3 different colors. I'll show it off in my next video. And he just looks great with that team. He looks great with this team too, but those Autobot Seekers are where he really shines. So, there you go. We got them. We got them. And he doesn't like standing. So there we go. 6 Minicons. Construction crew, and the Combat Squadron. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment if you enjoyed the video or just like the video. Subscribe if you want. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.